The recent announcement of a one-year extension for Zimbabwean exemption permits, now valid until the 28th of November 2025, offers a brief respite to the 178,000 Zimbabwean nationals in South Africa. It was delivered by Home Affairs Minister Leon Schreiber, who might as well have added, "Enjoy it while it lasts." While this decision temporarily shields ZEP holders from the looming spectre of deportation, the underlying message from South African authorities and public sentiment alike is unmissable. The countdown for Zimbabweans in South Africa has begun. The ZEP, originally introduced in 2010 as a temporary solution, was never designed to be a long-term arrangement. Yet, for over a decade, it has been the lifeline for thousands of Zimbabwean nationals who fled their home country in search of economic and political stability. But South Africa, increasingly vocal about its frustrations with the program, seems to be reaching the end of its patience. The High Court's 2023 ruling, which deemed the termination of the ZEP unlawful, provided ZEP holders a reprieve. Still, even the courts can only delay the inevitable for so long. Schreiber, taking over the reins of Home Affairs in July 2024, has opted for what some might call a strategic pause. By extending the permits, he complies with the court order to consult stakeholders, but make no mistake, this is no open-ended invitation. The message is clear: Zimbabweans in this category would be wise to use this year to plan their futures carefully, likely elsewhere. The extension allows ZEP holders to continue working, running businesses, and moving freely in and out of South Africa, activities that, ironically, fuel some of the resentment from local communities who feel displaced or disadvantaged. Critics argue that the program drains South Africa's resources, and public sentiment often echoes these frustrations, amplifying anti-immigrant rhetoric. For ZEP holders, the legal right to remain may mean little when faced with hostility on the ground and dwindling opportunities. But let's face it, with South Africa's tightening immigration policies and a mounting backlog, the odds aren't exactly stacked in their favor. Those who are still waiting for waiver outcomes might consider preparing Plan B, or perhaps C, D, or E. As the new deadline approaches, it's worth noting that this extension doesn't address the fundamental issue: what happens to the thousands of Zimbabweans who have built lives in South Africa once November 2025 rolls around? The notion of a long-term solution seems increasingly unlikely in a climate where anti-immigrant sentiments are growing louder, both in public discourse and policy shifts. For many ZEP holders, the writing is on the wall. It's just a question of whether they'll be able to read it before time runs out. To Zimbabweans still holding on to their permits, this year may be your last, so make it count. Whether that means exploring alternative legal routes, building exit strategies, or simply making peace with the inevitability of change, the clock is ticking. South Africa, for all its past generosity, appears ready to draw the line, and the extension is not so much a lifeline as it is a nudge towards the door. So, as South Africa deliberates on what fair and transparent really means, ZEP holders should focus less on hoping for a miracle and more on preparing for what's next. The reprieve is welcome, but it's clear that the days of Zimbabweans in South Africa, at least under this program, are numbered. Use the time wisely, because when November 2025 comes around, the odds of another extension might be as slim as the hope for a truly fair resolution. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates.